Sixth grade lesson 1.8 is dividing decimals by a whole number. And good news on this is, as long as you're getting more and more comfortable with dividing using the algorithm that we've been using for the last couple of years, this doesn't change much. So it really, as long as we keep things nice and neat, other than just bringing that decimal up in that algorithm, you're not changing much. So that's good news. It gives us good practice on that skill if you're still hazy on it. It is something that we do need to become really strong at over time, so that practice is important. So let's take a look at how you would do this. We were given the problem 3.48 divided by 3. All right, so we set it up exactly the same way we did before. The first number is what's being divided up, and what's being divided up goes inside of the little house thingy. I don't know the technical term for that, so we'll call it house thingy. And the one important thing that we have to do is deal with this decimal first. If there's a decimal in here in the dividend, we take care of it by just raising it straight up nice and neat. If there's one in the divisor, we do something else with it. That's the next lesson. So I'll teach that to you, and you would handle that first. We'll get to that. But for now, there's not a decimal here other than just hiding right here, $3.00, right? It's just kind of hiding there. It's not bothering my division. But this one's here, so I'm just going to raise it straight up, put it right there, and then just make sure I'm nice and neat about my division, because that decimal has to be in the right spot. It's the difference between $10 and $100, right? You do not want your bank making your $100 turn into $10 because they made a decimal error. So let's make sure we're not making decimal errors, right? All right, so then I just divide like normal. How many 3's fit into 3? Just 1. Bring down the 4. How many 3's fit into 4? Just 1. And how many 3's fit into 18? 6 do. And as long as you know your math facts to 9 really well, division becomes very easy. So if you don't have your math facts, multiplication facts to 9 memorized very well, I suggest that's something you work on. It makes all the other things like reducing fractions and dividing and things like that feel much easier. And all the things I'm going to be throwing at you at 6th grade and 7th grade and 8th grade feel much easier. So grab some flashcards and spend about 5 to 10 minutes every day working those math facts through 9 to get them memorized. Okay, here I have 42.133 divided by 7. I like to kind of round things a little bit real quick using compatible numbers just to make sure that the answer I get is pretty close to what I would expect. This is 42-ish. There's all kinds of other coins going on here, but 42-ish divided by 7. And I know that 6 times 7 equals 42. So I know that whatever this answer is, it's going to be around a 6-ish. So as I go through dividing, I'm going to put that over here too, note to self. My answer should be 6-ish. So as I go through dividing, and I come out with an answer that's like 800, my brain should go, wait, what? Because it's way off. I know the answer should be a 6-ish number. So that's why we estimate, we round our numbers. We use compatible numbers in division, just kind of knowing like, okay, well, I would have rounded this to a number that I know 7 goes into. That's closest to that. So that's how you use the division with compatible numbers, just using the numbers you know. Again, knowing your multiplication facts through 9s by heart makes that super easy, or I don't know what super easy, but it makes it far easier. So something to work on if that's not done yet. All right, so let's go ahead and divide this. We take the first number. That's the one that's being split, shared, or divided up. It's being divided into 7 equal pieces. We're going to take that decimal and deal with it now, float it straight up. And now we just divide like normal. 7 into 4, it doesn't go. This is why I started you guys off with putting that 0 there, because it helps keep things lined up nice and neat. You do not want to be making errors on your decimal. And now I will go 7 into 42. And because I know my math facts well, I know that 7 times 6 is 42. So that makes that nice and easy. Subtract, I get a remainder of 0, which is less than 7. That's good. Bring down the 1. How many 7's fit into 1? None do. And it's super important that I say so up here. So we have to put that 0 there, or else we get a whole mess. And then we can bring down the next number. How many 7s into 13? Just 1. 2 would be 14, so that's just a little over. So we're going to have to just go with 1. I get 6 left over. This is smaller than this. If this remainder, before I bring down the next number, is larger than this, then that's a message to me saying, ooh, this could have gone another time. So I always check that. Is this smaller than this? Yeah, barely, but yeah. Then I bring down this number. And then I ask myself how many 7s into 63. And 7 times 9 is 63. So 9 here. And there I have my answer, 6.019, which happens to be 6-ish. So good on us. We got that one. So that's the only difference with division with decimals in the dividend is just float that decimal up and then just work like normal. Important though, keep it nice and neat. Keep things lined up neatly. So if you have graph paper maybe, or at least lined paper, and then keep it super nice and neat. Because if you go all crooked on this, you make that chance of making that $100 versus a $10 mistake. And you don't want to be making mistakes like that. So nice, neat, and then same division as always.